Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook with your hosts Edward McQueen and April Garner.
Somebody told me we were going live. Is that correct?
We are officially live.
We're live. Oh, I got my favorite glasses on too.
Yeah, just for you.
Yeah. Good evening to our guests and to our viewers, by the way. That we're all dedicated to unite to promote what? Good health. Right? Right, April?
That's right.
And it's going to start this weekend. So let's start rolling right now. We can tell them about our guests.
Yes, we have three very special guests here to talk to us about the Stay Well Health Fair community event and back to school giveaway. I tell you, they got a lot going. They have a lot going on Saturday.
Yeah,
and it's all in the name of impact in the community. And I can't wait to find out the details. Almost 20 organizations have united to do this thing out at Smith Jones Rec, as we call it, the Rec. In Conway. So it's going to be a good time.
The Rec.
Yes, the Rec, exactly. Yeah. So we have three special guests. We're going to let them introduce themselves in their own special way. I will give the audience a hint that these guests are not just any regular guests. They are representatives from some of our local Greek organizations, and they definitely walk with high pride when it comes to their organizations. So like I said, we're going to let them introduce themselves and give their shout outs and all that in their own special way. Absolutely. But we're going to bring onto the screen now Miss Utocqua Grissett, Mr. Travis Overton, and Miss Nakisha Frazier. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
All right. Yeah, it's good to see. Look at all this melanin on here. Everybody's so beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause. Exactly. Looking good, y'all.
I've never been surrounded by so many fraternities, man. Sorority. You know, part of that divine nine that you all going to talk about pretty soon.
Divine nine. Yes, exactly. Well, we welcome y'all and thank you so much for being a part of this. And thank you for the work that all three of you are doing in the community. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know any time that I've ever gone to social media and not seen one of their three faces doing something, promoting something that's impacting the community. And I'm glad that you are pouring into the community because you certainly are talented and definitely have the spirit to do it. And I'm definitely blessed to know all of you. And we are blessed to have you here on the World Community Magazine. So let's kind of go around the clock and we'll ask each of you to introduce yourselves in your own special way. And we're going to start with Miss Utocqua Grissett.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate being on the show and everything that the show does for the community. So I really do appreciate the invite tonight to discuss our Conway Stay Well event. But I am Utocqua Grissett, currently the president of Mu Iota Omega chapter of Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, located here in Conway. I come to you live from Conway. The event will be in Conway. So hi, welcome to the audience.
In your backyard. I know.
In my backyard.
That's right. Well, we're going to keep in the spirit of ladies first. So, Nakisha.
Hello, everyone. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be here this afternoon. Once again, I've watched the show many times and love what you all do as well. Once again, I am Nakisha Frazier. I am currently the president of the Mu Kappa Zeta chapter out of Marion of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. But I say Marion because that's where we're chartered at, but we do service Marion, Dillon, and Horry County. And I am a resident here in Horry County and Conway. So I'm so excited to move and to do what we got to do Saturday. I'm so excited to be on board to do this. So, thank
Mighty
you.
Marion, South Carolina.
I'm sorry.
It's Mighty Marion, South Carolina.
Yes, Mighty Marion, yes.
Nice place. Really, really nice place.
Yes.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, Brother Travis Overton.
Sister April, thank you so much. I always appreciate the opportunity to see to you and to Mr. McQueen. Thank you all so much for the opportunity to be a part of this amazing
Absolutely.
show.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. So I am Travis Overton, and I serve as the president of the Mu Epsilon Lambda chapter of Phi Alpha Fraternity, which is seated in Horry County, serving both Conway, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, and even moving on up to Little River sometimes, depending on at what point in time that we are. It is super exciting to be able to be with you all because this is an incredibly exciting event this weekend to service the Conway community with resources and a way in which we can get out in the community and be able to engage as our students get ready to go back to the important work of being students and going back to school again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's great,
Well,
man.
it is. It's fantastic. So stay well. Okay, that's basically the concept, and you all have done the work to pull together a number of organizations, and I think that there's like I guess like a main organization that's kind of spearheading this. Tell us a little bit about how this all came to be.
I'll take that. So the Stay Well program came to us from the Cobb Institute. We were reached out as a national organization that reached out to us and wanted to get vaccinations into our community. The Black community being underserviced, being not as vaccinated as our counterparts. So the main focus was to get a vaccination event into our community in order to increase vaccinations amongst our peers and our counterparts. So Stay Well we've always had this collaboration of these 18 local organizations that have put this together. We've always done a back to school drive together. It has been successful year after year, and they thought it not robbery that whenever the COVID component came to them, that they would incorporate this COVID component, which is the Stay Well Health Fair, into the back to school drive to make it one big event, that one last hurrah, as I heard Travis state, before the kids go back to school. So we are going to come into the community on Saturday. We will have international or a national sponsor, like I said, Cobb Institute will be presenting, and then our 18 community partners will all have hands-on in bringing together resources such as, Ask Doctor resources, live remotes, health resources. There'll be COVID testing, COVID vaccinations, all of which will be available to the general public, anyone that comes out, as well as the backpacks.
But I bet it's going to be a number of thousand of backpacks. Right? That's so listen, Ms. Grissett, understand that you're going to be having a panel disseminating information, or a panel discussing information, and what kind of topics are you going to be reaching out to?
So the first panel we have will be with our physicians. So it's called Trusting the Science. That Trusting the Science panel is where we'll have local doctors as well as a national doctor come in to discuss current developments with the Omicron variant, hospitalizations, areas of community concern. That key messaging is going to be focusing on why it's important that everyone gets vaccinated and how that can improve our community health overall. So you will hear directly from physicians. We have MDs, pharmacy doctors, as well as student health services physicians that are coming, or director of student health services that's going to come and express trusting the science, understanding the science. If you have a question to ask a doctor about the COVID vaccine, or if you want to know about the latest developments with Omicron, they are coming well prepared to discuss their expertise, not mine, but their expertise on COVID vaccine and Omicron.
So they're going to be a lot. I mean, physically there, or no virtuality.
They will be physically in place. We will have 5 doctors physically on site doing a panel, We will also have a live remote going on or streaming going on that you can virtually ask for other doctor resources. But those doctor resources are going to be coming straight from Cobb Institute, that they will handle that piece of that.
Okay, would you like to expand a little bit on the Cobb Institute? Some of the audience may not know it, Matt. In fact, I don't know. Oh, okay, so you don't know. All right. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
I can look them up, but no,
that's
Cobb Institute is a national healthcare sponsor or organization that's come together in order to get, like I said, the message out to the community, especially to the Black community, is where they're focused in getting vaccinations into arms of our community.
And Utocqua, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Cobb Institute has been hosting these programs in several communities, both outside of South Carolina as well, correct?
Correct. They've done them countrywide, I will say. They've had one in most metropolitan areas to date. They started these in 2020. So they've been running Stay Well programs for the last 2 years.
as a result of the pandemic, mostly.
As a result of the pandemic and the underrepresentation as far as the African American community being vaccinated or under vaccinated, not as vaccinated as our counterparts.
Yes, so they're bringing it to the community instead of the community trying to get to them at different. So we're bringing it. Cobb Institute is bringing it to the community to serve and to build the confidence with these resources with the community to be able to, get our people vaccinated and protected.
And here's what's so important too, because in many cases, as we know, just as Sister Frazier was just stating, in many cases, we know that our community is working to go find these resources. And oftentimes we know that it may be a challenge, either A, to have the resources to find the information or find the vaccines or the education. And so what's so exciting about what Nakisha says is that they are bringing it into the community. So we're going to be at Smith Jones right there. And as people work to navigate that facility, they are going to be able to get the information from several different panels. I know that Sister Grissett just talked about one panel, but there are also additional panels that we're going to have throughout that day, as well as care team representatives that are going to be there to be able to help with the vaccine portion. So our goal is to eliminate that barrier for individuals and say, you know what? We are in your community, and we're very fortunate and appreciative of the Cobb Institute for partnering with local organizations to be able to bring this type of information to the community.
And that's important.
Even though it's going to be, even though it's going to be in Conway, it is not strictly for Conway. I mean, it's for all of Horry County and neighboring counties, Georgetown, Marion counties. Florence want to come on over. It's not strictly just for Conway residents. Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle, Loris. We want to call out all the rural areas to come and take part in the event that's being held this Saturday.
So I just want to take the focus off of the vaccine for a moment, if you don't mind. Yeah, what else that is going to be there pertaining to the health of the underserved or whatever?
So we did talk. Utocqua mentioned earlier about the consultant with doctors and nurses that may be there. So there's going to be some general access to medical professionals that can work to answer health-related questions. And we know, again, in our community, in the Black community, there's oftentimes a barrier to being able to have that full access to medical professionals. And so what's exciting is that, as you see there on the flyer, we are going to have various individuals out there and accessible to the community to be able to ask questions. So here we go. We've got a student who's getting ready to go back to school. They are going to have the opportunity to be able to stop there and talk directly with a doctor, with a nurse, with someone from care team. And they may have a specific question that is not about the vaccine, that is not about COVID, that they want to present. And they're going to have that opportunity to do that right there on site as far as medical pieces. But they're let us not forget that we're also going to have these backpacks and school supplies that are going to be there and available for students to be able to receive, as well as vendors that will be out there. There will be food that's available for the community, but it's important. The food is a limited quantity. So therefore, limited quantity means when you come, then, if you come late, you might not, but there'll be food there available as well as the vendors. So the whole goal is to create this entire atmosphere that surrounds members of our community with access to things that they may not be normally experiencing.
Mhm.
And so, at the height of COVID, Dr. Winston D. McIver Jr. and I had a broadcast, and we were talking every week about the impact of COVID, and he was always going over statistics and talking about the importance of prevention, as well as making sure that if you contracted COVID, that you were keeping everyone else safe. And a part of this whole concept has stretched now into vaccinations, which weren't available then. And as we see, there is a resurgence in the numbers and the cases are starting to increase. And I feel that, especially having just dealt with battling COVID myself, it's definitely more important now more than ever to make sure that everyone's getting vaccinated or learning more about why it's important to be vaccinated, because I'm proof, Dr. Mack is proof, that even with vaccination you can still contract COVID. You may not have symptoms that are as bad as someone who isn't vaccinated, but it is important to make sure that you have that coverage. When it comes down to the rural communities, and this is more of like a Nakisha question because of where you hail from, I'm sure that it's few and far between that you see events like this. So why is it important for entities like the Cobb Institute to continue to do this research and to reach out into the rural areas to make sure these types of events are happening?
I think it's very important. And I would like to say, yes, we see the surge in COVID numbers increasing, but yet we also see the numbers in death decreasing because of vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea for the Cobb Institute that I believe, is to bring them to the rural areas and make it accessible for these folks or people to get vaccinated. Because, yes, you can still, test positive for COVID, but yes, your symptoms are very, very minimal in some cases. It just depends on your body makeup. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I do believe in science.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe in these vaccinations. So I believe in what Cobb Institute is doing here. So that's why we were so adamant about partnering with him to get this, because this is something that we believe in, is bringing it to the rural areas and making it accessible for them to get these vaccinations is very, very important. Like I said, once again, I'm gonna say it. COVID numbers are starting to increase, but death numbers are going down.
Mm-hmm.
And this is different than where it was in the beginning. We were just seeing, our people dying left and right, a lot of numbers,
Mm-hmm.
So I just believe, and this is just my belief, vaccinations are working. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's, as Utocqua said, about 18 organizations that have come together to create this event. Tell us a little bit about some of the organizations. I see that Shoreline Behavioral is one of the sponsors or the partnering entities. Are they going to be providing any mental health resources, or are they just, how are they supporting as well?
They're going to come out. They will have a vendor table set up. We will have a health fair. They will be a part of that health fair. Them along with another 12 or 13 vendors that we have, all part of the health fair. So Shoreline will be providing the behavioral health resources that they have, and access to those. Of course, they'll have a representative on site, and you can always fill out the survey that they have or seek, get the resources, the information from them to follow up. But they will be part of the health fair, along with, we've contacted a eye care doctor. We've also
Hmm.
contacted a dentist. We've
Hmm.
also have been in contact with just general physicians. So as Mr. Overton stated earlier, there will be resources available. Now, you may not be able to get a physical on site, but you will be able to reach out to someone later, someone that you know looks like us
Right.
later in order
Mhm.
to get what you need as far as your healthcare needs taken care of.
And you know, you
Mhm.
talk where representation is important because
Yes.
it's important. And I know that we kind of we tend to try to, I guess, shy away from saying what it really is. But when we're dealing with dynamics like this and considering, you know, where it's going to be located, you think about the fact that, yeah, if we bring us to the table and we're offering services that typically our community would not, you know, seek on their own,
Right.
you're raising the comfort level there and the awareness level that there's somebody out there who could probably relate more to what, you know, your situation may be. I know,
Right.
for example, I've intentionally sought either you know, female doctors or doctors of color because I feel like I'm going to get more of what I need as a Black female. And so, you know, having those healthcare professionals out there to be able to speak to our community, it's very important because there are so many disparities in the Black community because we are afraid to go to the doctor. We're afraid to get the proper care. And I'm glad that you're going to have the eye care doctor,
Right.
the dentist, and whoever out there, at least, you know, from an awareness standpoint, and someone who can disseminate some information that will possibly get that person in the office. So that's an excellent thing. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. And that's one of the major focuses is to have or to address the African American community.
Mhm.
That's why it's being held at Smith Jones. Whenever the idea came to us, they said, what is one area that if you mention it, it is going to trigger African Americans. They're going to know from off the top that that is an African American area. And there was no other place like it other than Smith Jones Rec.
Mhm.
But
Absolutely.
And I
what
would also
everybody's saying, and this is just go ahead, Nakisha.
No, I was saying, I would like to piggyback off of that too. There's a key word here, and it's free resources.
Mhm.
This event is free. There's disparities, like you mentioned, Sister Garner, about it may be that they can't afford to go to the doctor, and so this event will help them come out, ask the physicians questions that they may need to know. So get vaccine, just things that they may need. So it's a key word here. It's free.
That's right.
So we want to bring them out.
Absolutely.
We want to get out there
Absolutely.
Uh,
because
uh,
not everybody can afford to go to the doctor.
That's right. Mhm.
So
absolutely, that's
I
true.
just want
That's
to
true.
piggyback off of that. I'm sorry.
Or dentist, by the way.
That's
Yes.
right.
You know,
Yes.
or dentist. This one,
Free.
this Oh, you mentioned the word free, and Abram and I like to play with the word free.
Free
But I just
99.
want to
Free
know that
99.
this is
But
a free event. We need to take
I,
advantage of it. Our
I
communities.
think, yeah, we should be cautious when you kept saying the event is free, but uh, I suspect that the food is not free though.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Or
First come, first serve.
The,
There's a certain
the
amount of the food that
Yeah,
is
that's the
free.
only stipulation.
Yeah, so and
First
then
come, first serve.
and then we anticipate that we will have some food vendors that are more than happy to be able to sell you food, but that free 99 comes
There
on
you
your
go.
early arrival
He catch
right.
on
from where you are.
quick, doesn't
But
he?
you know,
yeah,
we're talking
that
about
need the clarity. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
we are talking about free, which I think is most definitely very important, Nakisha,
Yes.
that we stress that. But I also want to add that we're incentivizing too, because we are actually the first 50, and that 50 is going to change to 25 right here as I say it. That first 25 people that come and sign up to get their vaccine will actually be eligible to receive a special gift.
Whoa.
That's
So,
right.
so therefore, we're not going to say what the gift is. You got to come out there to be able
Mhm.
to learn what your gift is. But you will get a special gift, and we think you'll like it. So as a result, we not only is it free, but for a certain amount of people who get there early and are moving, we want to encourage you to get your vaccine.
Yes.
Mhm.
Exactly. 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 And then, coupled with that is that it's meant to be a all around health fair. So as you know, we've been cooped up for a couple of years now, and we're ready to get out. And what better place to go than to a recreation center to play? I mean, the kids are about to go back to school. This is an opportunity to bring the children out, let them have a fun day of events. We have events planned: kickball, basketball, badminton, hula hoops.
Wow.
We got face painting that's going to go on. We have events there for the kids because we want it to be a full family affair. We want the kids to come out to enjoy themselves, the parents to come out and gain some information and gain some knowledge, the kids to gain some knowledge. But we want it to be a full day, when you go to the rec, when you go to the rec, you go to the rec. You get dressed, you plan to be there all day because there's no telling who you're going to run into.
That's right.
How long you're going to be out there talking. So that's the type of event that we want to have. We want to have that type of event that you're going to come out, you're going to bring your family, you're going to feel safe, you're going to be safe. We're going to have resources out there. We'll have plenty of water so the kids can run and play. We'll have plenty of water for them. Now that we will give away for free because we don't want anybody to have a heat stroke, but we will have plenty of water out there and plenty of events and activities for the kids. We have a DJ that's going to be on site. I mean, we plan on having a good time this Saturday. I mean, it's health fair, but it's not,
Mm-hmm.
It's no party like a 18 organizations coming together party. Like we can throw a
18
party.
orgs.
And we're taking some of the load off of the parents with, offering these backpacks.
Okay.
School supplies. So, we know that COVID has caused so much havoc in the school systems these past couple of years. And now prices have gone up on items, and stuff. So to be able to come to an event such as this with your child and be able to get the supplies they need to start them off at school and not to have to worry about it, it's just amazing to me to help.
I know. Can I just revert to back to the panel again? I suspect that there'll be someone or some topic will be centered around some nutrition. Would not particularly having a nutritionist there, but since they're all going to be of medical family, it will be a topic for nutrition. Is that correct? I mean, you have it planned. You're just going to let it flow.
No, well, if the question of nutrition comes from the audience, then I'm sure our physicians will pick that up. But the focus of Trust in the Science, that panel is strictly focused on, a COVID-19 discussion, also a discussion with, pediatrician and moms about, moms' concerns about them getting their children vaccinated. Now, the second panel that we have is going to be long haulers. It's going to be those survivors, those individuals in our community who have come through this dreadful disease, but still have effects on them. So the key messaging is going to be focusing on putting, real faces and names behind the struggles that mental health has had, that the struggles that COVID-19 has had, the struggles on their personal life, their financial life, their social, economic stature, everything. You're going to hear from these long haulers personally on how COVID-19 has affected them. And the one panel, if I call it, the panel that's in between those two is the one that's dear to me, that I believe is going to that should bring everybody out. I mean, everybody near and far should come simply we're going to have a community memorial tribute for those who have actually lost the battle with COVID-19. And I don't know that we've had a local tribute here. I know they've had national tributes for COVID-19 victims, but we will have one. That's part of our program on Saturday, and that one holds dear to me. And Dr. Steffens will be spearheading that for us. But definitely, we want to honor those families, those people that have been left behind because this dreadful disease has taken one of their loved ones away. But we will honor those loved ones with a community memorial tribute as well. on Saturday.
That's
But to answer your question, Dr. McQueen, yeah, if it comes from the audience, we'll address it. But this is going to focus on those three.
But I like the idea of the memorial.
Yes.
I really like that. I think that's great. To do that. I can't wait. Saturday.
Well, good.
10
Come on
in
out.
the morning. At least that's what you told me. So we're going from 10 to 2, right? Just for the viewers to get acclimated with the time, the duration of this event from 10 to 2. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's what the flyer says.
Yeah. Yes, it's from 10 to 2. We're going to start at 10 a.m. sharp. First panel hits the stage. I believe Mr. Overton is over that when the first panel hits the stage right at 10:15. So we definitely are going to start 10 to 2. The party's going to keep going as long as the DJ stays out there. But we'll wrap up the formalities and everything like that. But as long as the kids want to play, we want to play too.
Okay. Sounds great.
And we have an amazing photographer that will be out there at our event working to capture the photos and capture everything. So we're very excited about that.
When you find this guy,
we will let you know. Listen, it's an exciting opportunity. We recognize how busy this time is for families. So to be able to come to kind of a one-stop shop opportunity to get this education, this interaction, and also these resources is really key. For several years, there have been a group of organizations that have worked to do the backpack giveaway. And the last couple of years, it's either we were in Sand Ridge Park one year, and another year we were at the Genesis Complex. And so having the opportunity this year to be able to make it this large and partner with the Cobb Institute is a fantastic opportunity for us. So it'll be an exciting day. We hope everybody will come out.
Wow. Exactly. Horry County, Georgetown County, Marion County. I'm calling everybody to come. If you're within driving distance, this is worth driving to. This is worth driving to.
All right, now ask for something.
We only have 100 hot dogs. I mean, once the hot dog.
That's what I'm talking about.
She said only 100 hot dogs.
We have a little more than that, but Omega Psi Phi is taking care of the food, so we're gonna blame it on them.
And so that's a great lead into my next question. I know you have organizations listed on the official flyer, but I'm sure that there are some orgs that are not listed or that you'd like to mention specifically. So Omega Psi Phi, yes, they are handling the grub. And what other Greek organizations are involved in this? I always like to see the Divine Nine come together because, I mean, strength in numbers, unity is strength. And so you all coming together like this, you don't need the Cobb Institute. I mean, the Cobb Institute is great to partner with, but you all can, do things like this, on your own as well. So who all is involved as far as the Panhellenic is concerned?
Absolutely.
Oh, Panhellenic alone?
Yes.
Okay, so Panhellenic is, we have everybody's represented. That's in within Horry County. We have the Deltas. Delta Sigma Theta is represented. We have Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi. We have Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Zeta Phi Beta. They're all represented. They're all coming forth. But it's more than a Greek thing because this is a community affair. So this is more than a Greek thing because we have Upward, who's one of our partners. Care Team has come to the table. A Father's Place will also be one of our sponsors. They're coming to the table. They're coming with backpacks to give away as well. They'll have a vendor table set up. The Genesis Complex. Oh man, y'all gonna have me.
Mason Temple, Smith Jones Community Center, Whitmore, Race Path Historical Society, Care Team we mentioned, Whitmore Alumni Association, the Conway Myrtle Beach Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, which has already been mentioned, Shoreline, which we talked about earlier as well, and those are all partners with the Cobb Institute, and so it is a diverse group of organizations that have come together to be a part of this. And here's what I'm just going to say for a minute. How often do we get to step aside and be able to see that many different groups coming together that service our community of color,
Correct.
to come together and put on a health related focused
Correct.
event. That is just not something that we get to see a lot. So we are very, very excited to be able to collaborate on this effort for the community.
I want to piggyback on what April said. I asked her to say that again, what she just said about, you might not need the Cobb Institute if you could reach the endeavor that you were talking about, Travis.
Now, I will say this, Mr. McQueen, I completely, I hear what you're saying, but we are excited to partner with the Cobb Institute. Because the partners at the Cobb Institute are also people of color as well. And so those individuals recognize this need within the community and have worked to put some financial resources behind it.
That's awesome.
So I do agree with you. There's a lot of strength in numbers, and I will honestly say that Horry County has a lot of strength in the numbers that are here and in the surrounding area that work to service this area. But we are very, very excited this year to be able to partner with the Cobb Institute, because there's also not a lot of opportunity that we get to do something that's happening on the national level. The Cobb Institute is doing this event. They've done it in Alabama. They've done it in a few other places. And so as a result, very rarely do we get to be a part of something that's taking place other places that we can connect to here in the Conway, Horry County area as well.
I get back to that again. And I think, I guess what I was trying to say was, when you don't need another institution like the Cobb Institute. Suppose you think of something 3 weeks ahead of time or 2 weeks, and you don't have time to get a whole lot of people except the Divine Nine. If the Divine Nine as a group came and said, "Well, let's have something 2 weeks from now," that's feasible. Okay, if
we could pull it together.
We did.
Okay,
look.
I mean, it may have happened.
We could pull it together.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
Look, my chapter is the #2 service chapter in the nation. We could pull it together.
Hey, let's go.
And just like Travis said, no slight to the Cobb at all. I think, and I was looking at some of the information. Yeah, I was looking at some of the information, and it's interesting to see the flyers, and you see all of these cities, and it's like, wow, they're in, this place and that place, and then they're coming to little old Conway, because it is that important. Right. So, yes, it is amazing that you all, and impressive that you all have this partnership with them. And I'm even more impressed to know that it is a Black institution, I think is what you just said. And so that's even more impressive, because you know what, they are definitely working hard to support our communities, because they can relate. I mean, they're, it's the centerpiece of what they are. So you all have certainly done an amazing job, sight unseen. We haven't even had the event yet, and we already know that it is going to be thebomb.com, right, Brother Edward?
Absolutely.
You know what thebomb.com is, right, Brother? thebomb.com. And I certainly applaud all of your efforts. And so we want to make sure that everyone understands that it is going to be this coming Saturday.
Yes.
At Smith Jones Recreation Center. That's the government name. But look, the community name is the Rec, okay? At the Rec. And if you need a landmark or a street or whatever, it's on Parmley Street, I believe it is. In Conway, off of 378. You can't miss it. You absolutely cannot miss it. And I'm sure it's going to be an exciting time. So congratulations to all of you for organizing this effort. And, we certainly do appreciate you all being here to let us know what's going on, to give us the details. I'm excited. I hope the community is excited about it.
I am too. I think you've articulated it quite well, all three of you, of what to be expected.
Yeah. I hope everyone comes out. Come out just to have a good time. Or if you know anyone that needs a booster, anyone that needs regular vaccinations, bring them out, send them our way. Again, like I said, we will be doing vaccinations on site, COVID-19, and boosters are available now for kids. I mean, they need a backpack and a booster at this point to go back to school.
Oh wow!
I mean, they don't need a booster to go back to school, but I'm saying my child will have a booster before she goes back to school. But I'm gonna pick her up a backpack and a booster shot on my way.
There you go.
Look, I plan on giving my child a booster too. Matter of fact, I need to sign up. How can we get that?
Exactly.
Both
That's
both
it.
of y'all focusing on the kids. I'm getting my booster, so I'll be right out there
Look,
boosting right on
listen,
up.
I'm bringing the family. I'm gonna be working. I'm bringing the family, but I got to get my booster too.
There you go.
Because I'm excited about this. Is I'm high risk, and I don't know what I've been thinking about getting my booster. So that's another thing too. We need to make sure that our people that are especially high
That's
risk.
right.
Diabetic. So I have got to get that booster. I had the first booster,
ma'am.
so this is gonna be my second booster. So high risk, you need to get that booster.
Absolutely. Well, Brother Edward, do
Absolutely.
you have any other questions for them in our audience? To our audience, thank you so much for watching. So many names rolling in, so many people watching today. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions about the event, please drop them into the comments now before our guests have to leave. And Brother Edward, do you have any comments before we share our final thoughts?
Well, I just want to commend all our guests for articulating the expected event this Saturday, and God willing, I'll be there at 9:45. How's that?
9:45.
9:45. Yeah. So yeah, because I'm seems like it's going to be powerful. Yeah.
All right,
I see a comment rolling in from Mother McIver. Mother McIver, it's great to see you. And yes, completely agree. This event should be a family event. So we want to make sure that everyone is able to come out and enjoy it. And it's always great to see you, Mrs. McIver.
Awesome.
Definitely.
All right, so we're going to give y'all one last opportunity to roll out in your special way. We're gonna start with Nakisha. You seem to be pretty popular here. There's somebody who is constantly reminding you and wants you to talk about the Mu Kappa Zeta chapter's national recognition. So I think you need to send some special shout outs.
Yes, I love Mu Kappa Zeta. Hey, sorors, Mu Kappa Zeta. So yes, that's my chapter. We love you, and we will actually be there. There will be we will be volunteering. We actually have some sorors from the chapter, as well as some of our auxiliaries. The Zeta Male Network will be there. Our Zeta Amika, which is our friends. We've asked some of them to come out and volunteer with us. So we are looking forward to this event. And we're ready for it. So we're ready to work. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. We are number 2, second in the nation for our service.
Awesome.
Love
great.
it.
That's really
That
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
So we are just excited to move this way more in Horry County and everything. And so, we're just excited to be on and to be, working with everyone, the other organizations.
That's great. Utocqua?
Oh wow, I hate to follow that, but Alpha Kappa Alpha can follow anybody. So Alpha,
There we go.
To rep Alpha Kappa Alpha Mu Iota Omega chapter. I would like to say welcome everybody, or see everybody later. I want to see you out at the Conway event. I would be remiss if I did not mention my Horry County Pearls, who will also be present volunteering at the event on Saturday. You will see pink and green floating around, so don't be too shy. Don't be too shy.
All right. And Brother Travis?
On the campus of Cornell University in 1906, there are the brothers that came together to found Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the first intercollegiate Black fraternity for college men. Very exciting times to be able to stand forth and bring greetings on behalf of Alpha Phi Alpha. But Alpha would not be Alpha if we did not stop and recognize these amazing partners that we are working with. Zeta Phi Beta, congratulations on your service and all that you work to do to exemplify finer womanhood in all the walks of that you do. And to the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, thank you for your continued service to all mankind and what you do on your regular walk in life. And we are just honored as Alpha to be able to be a part of all of the organizations that are coming together. And we are joking here, of course, from the perspective of our Greek organizations. We all wear different colors, and those colors are very special to us. Those letters are very special to us. But one thing that is similar is our commitment to make this place better by the work that we do on a regular basis, and our commitment to be able to love others and help others grow and advance and develop. And that's what's going to happen on Saturday at Smith Jones, is the way to enhance this community by offering resources, opportunity, education, interaction, fun. That is what we are going to together as a group to be able to come forward. Now, we will be in different colors, but recognize that we are coming together under one common goal, and that goal is to make Conway the absolute best place it can be. And thank you all for the opportunity to be here today as well.
Well, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I have one last question. Is there a logo for the Divine Nine?
There is a logo for the Divine Nine, but as in this community, our individual organizations work together as a group. So nationally, there is the National Panhellenic Council, which is a national body that existed. It was founded in 1931. However, for us, what we work to do as individual groups, because oftentimes what we've learned in this community is that we've got so much power with so many other organizations in addition to our Black Greek letter organizations that we oftentimes just use our individual logos for our organizations, as you see on the flyer. But yes, there is a national MPHC logo that was created that is embodied with that organization.
For the Divine Nine.
Yeah, so MPHC and Divine Nine are synonymous. The Divine Nine represents the 9 organizations that are part of MPHC. But yes, so they're synonymous. But the official name is the National Panhellenic Council. The Divine Nine is a moniker that was created some years ago as individuals worked to put together the talented 10th of our organizations that work to exemplify what we do as Black Greek letter organizations. Sorry, I used to be Greek advisor. I can't help but pull out my Greek advisor. My Greek advisor.
So natural to you.
So.
There you go.
Well, you articulated it quite well. I understood what you were saying. So,
well, I was hoping to hear ski wheel, Z5, A5. I thought that's what we were going to get tonight, Brother Edward.
Yeah.
Professional setting, no ma'am.
All right now. See, Brother Edward, we are learning about the etiquette and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Which I would love to suggest that a conversation with the Divine Nine and with MPHC about our organizations would be a great topic for the World Community Magazine to possibly.
I really think so.
Noted.
I really think so. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's something to know about. Okay. Well, I haven't heard about the Divine Nine just a few years back, a couple of years back. I'm like, man, I find these people, and because when you start talking about 9 Greek organizations, and I'm just envisioning one powerful. That's why I asked about a logo. It's just one powerful entity, and just imagine what you can do. Okay, and when you want to do it, you don't have to wait and talking about, can we get this organization over here, or can we get a sponsor over here? And I think resources that you have as one group, Divine Nine, I think you can do wonders. I just think so. I mean, and I'm just looking at 3 of you right now, so that's you're doing wonders right there. So.
I wanted to add also as well that one of the panelists that is going to be, she is actually a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority. Our recent past president, Tanya McKenzie, is a nurse practitioner. So she will be one of the panelists that will be speaking during the, what's it called? So
Trust in the Science.
Trust in the Science.
Trust in the Science. So
Great. Yeah.
She is
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she will be on that panel. So I'm very proud. So I had to give her a shout out.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here tonight. We really do appreciate it. And I know that the event is going to be a success. Brother Edward, you plan to be out there covering it, I'm sure, some photography and all that good stuff. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And we definitely are going to continue to push the flyer. We have a few days before the event, so we can't promote it enough. And Travis, thank you for the note about getting the Divine Nine together. That's definitely coming in the future. So thank you all. And if ever you have anything that you're working on, you have the support of World Community Magazine. Just reach out to us anytime.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Right.
invitation.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Brother Edward, I'm going to run a couple of back to school flyers. There's a lot of things going on this coming weekend.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff
All day
happening.
Saturday.
I'm telling you. And
That's
all day.
Yeah, we
It's going to be busy. When do the kids go back to school? When does Horry County start?
On Monday.
Oh, Horry County starts on Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, yeah, y'all getting them ready then. Okay.
Yes, I'm ready for
Never
Monday.
too late.
Right,
Never
right.
too late to get them together. That's right. That's great. Okay. Well, then, yeah, we have a lot going on this weekend. So if you do not participate, it's on you. Because as I said before, these events are free. There's information. There are giveaways. I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Right?
Yes,
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you all for being here tonight. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
And look, we hope to have you back again, not just for this of an event like this, but a unified. I know you're unified. I know that much. So, but it was just interesting getting all the knowledge from the Greek organization and the three that you all represent. For me personally, okay.
You want to talk Greek?
It's all Greek to me.
Yes.
And it may be a lot of our viewers who probably want to say the same thing.
But the only Greek I talk is final. No, I'm gonna stop.
Well, thank you all.
All right, Brother Edward, we're gonna pay some bills right now and run a couple of commercials before we finally sign off. To our guests, have a great evening. We really do appreciate having you here.
Night.
All right.
Good night.
Beautiful people.
Beautiful. I mean, in more ways than one. The melanin was popping tonight on the screen, number one. But also just the entire endeavor is just awesome. And to have the Cobb Institute, just like they said, as a part of this, it's just for little old Conway, South Carolina.
Well,
it's a way to keep us on the map, put us on the map and keep us on the map.
But we have people like that. Those the three guests we had who can make Conway even better. Okay, grow. We can grow along with the city.
That's right.
Okay.
That is absolutely right. So, Brother Edward, I hope that we can have Brother Marcus back in the near future. I know that he is trying to get himself together.
Trying to get himself situated down in Charleston.
Yes, he is meeting the call and answering the call. I love it that he is going into teaching, especially in math. That's a critical subject. Yes.
But
I feel that brother can teach just about anything. No, I really do.
Yeah, I really think so.
Absolutely.
He's gonna do his thing. I'm sure he'll communicate.
All right. Well, I'm gonna show some flyers for some back to school events this weekend, and then we'll call it a night. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook with your host Edward McQueen and April Garner.